And I'm so excited because we are here behind the scenes with Ann Devere and my co-host and partner in crime, Ash Silva. And what we're going to be doing today is having just a candid discussion on behind the scenes as to why we said yes to coming together to have something new, which is going to be our Turn Your Show into Cash, Jennifer and Ash television show on the internet. This is all about internet web television. This is the wave of the future, and today you're going to learn a little bit more about what that means if it resonates for you to have your own show. With me is Ash. Hi, Ash. How are you?
Hey, Jennifer, I am fantastic. Great to be with you.
I'm so glad we're together, and we have so much to share about how this has come together as the Jennifer and Ash show. And really, you are the master connector. We see that on social media. You're instantly putting people together with such ease and finesse.
You know what? I'm sorry, I'm going to have to... Jennifer, you're not looking at the camera.
I am up here.
No, you're not looking into the camera. You're looking at the ceiling somewhere.
No, I'm at my camera.
We see you looking up.
Right here.
We see you looking up. It's weird.
I'm looking right at my camera.
Oh, my God.
You have the right camera activated after all?
Yeah, of course I do. It's right here. It's lit up. You want me to get close so you can see?
Well, maybe it's high up, I guess. I don't know, because you're looking up.
That's so weird. It's right here.
This is one of the things that happens.
Let's see.
Do you want me to drop it a little?
A little bit, I think, yeah, because you're looking up. There.
That's so funny. I'm like bang on the dial.
Oh, and don't make us do that again. Oh my God.
How about I drop the tripod versus playing with the camera?
Okay. Probably a good idea. Just a tiny bit. And this is what happens behind the scenes, everybody.
Wait a second.
This is part of putting together Jennifer and Ash show. So stay right there. We're going to come right back and give you some more information. And we're going to be using as part of the behind the scenes bloopers, by the way. So this will be edited into the future show.
But I think that's great because it shows the truth of the show, right? It shows, and I think my head's cut off. So do I need to bring it up?
Yeah. You know what? Let's just go with it.
Okay. So
no, your head is cut off. We need to see your head.
Okay, hold on.
Oh.
The joys.
Yes.
Hold on. Let me just bring it up a little. Okay.
Oh, we're gonna have some good blooper footage.
Yeah, but you know what? That's what makes it so real, and that's how. How's my head now? Am I still too?
Yeah, you're still a little bit high. And
bring it up more.
Yeah, you need to get lower. Can you lower your chair?
Let me see. It's as low as it goes. So
okay, that's good. Wait a minute. I think we just had it. Hold on. No. I'm sorry, I said something. Well, no, I'm not. We got
that.
Let's go. That's fine. That's good.
Okay, now I'm looking right into the camera.
Okay. Well, all right. Let's go with it.
Okay. So, do you want me to start over?
Yeah, I think we should start it over. Just we don't want to. See, your head keeps getting cut off.
Okay, hold on.
Once you move your head, maybe you can move back a little bit, tiny bit. Okay. Now you
power my eyes so I'm looking directly in the camera.
Okay, well, let's go with it then.
Okay, so ready? We're going to start it again. Hi, everyone. It's Jennifer Ettinger of the Jennifer and Ash Show, and I'm so excited because we are inviting you in on the behind the scenes of our show. And with me today is my dear co-host, Ash Silva, the Master Connector. Hi, Ash.
Hello.
Hello. And also our incredible visionary who has put us in these chairs, an amazing producer, Ann Devere. Hi, Ann.
Hello. Well, we're going to have fun. I'm already having fun, by the way. Great to be here, Jennifer. Thanks.
I'm so excited to have you here. And also because of the two talents merging from your production experience, from Ash's connection experience, with my background in health and wellness, and coming together and just talking casually and candidly and honestly about how to put together an amazing web television series. What I love about your whole vision, Ann, is the fact that we are bringing web television to a whole new height. It's going to look and feel like traditional TV, which you don't see too much in web television these days. And you put together an amazing program to teach people how to do this at home. And we were giggling before because people will learn from our mistakes and from our accolades, our successes, what works, what doesn't work. So they're truly, our viewers are really going to learn hands-on how to produce a very effective, informative, and global television series, which I'm very excited about.
Oh, I'm thrilled. Actually, I want to thank you and Ash for going through the process with me, and I can't think of two more fun and exciting people to create a web TV show with, and I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. And speaking of that exciting co-host of mine, Ash Silva. Hello, Mr. Silva.
Hello, Jennifer Ettinger.
Now, you were the impetus, again, to have this happen, this television show occur. Why don't you share your experience about the Jennifer and Ash show? How are we sitting here right now? It's all because of you and being a master connector.
Thanks, Jennifer. You know, as I think about how things happen in life and how people meet and then what happens as a result of the meeting, what a perfect story that I thought was synchronous. But as you listen to it, you may even think it's serendipitous is the word that Jennifer Ettinger used. And you tell me what it is. Because, you know, one day, and you and myself were both guests on the Alex Mendozian show, and you were talking about turning your show into cash.com, and I was talking about joint ventures and connecting to people on the fly and creating connection currency. Before you know it, we became friends because we were both guests on social media. You reached out to me and said, Ash, would love to have you as a guest on my show. And before you know it, I saw what you were doing with a new set of eyes. And I was just, the light went on. The light went on when I saw you know, what it was for someone like me with the message to my community, how I could take that message to the world, and especially on internet TV. This is the new domain. And so we got to talking about being a guest on your show, and from a guest, we actually, you know, saw the value of, I guess, you producing a show that, and I wanted a show produced, you know, where I could really become a testimonial of who you are and what you produce, but it would not have been complete. As you said, Ash, you need someone that's going to complement your face for radio, someone who's bubbly, someone who's going to accentuate. And you know what? I created a list of 10 people that I was going to call, but I wanted one person only on the top of that list. And lo and behold, she said, yes, Ash, let's do it, or at least let's find out more. And that's when the connection happened with you and Jennifer, and then the rest was history, is history. We're making history about what's about to happen as Jennifer and yourself had the conversation. And Jennifer also saw the vision of what she was already doing on TV. You know, and so for me to reach out to you, Jennifer, it is, I always like to play a bigger game than I'm playing always. And I always like to play with people playing in a bigger pond than I am and playing a bigger game than me because I can learn. And so I reached out to you because you had the TV. You are on TV. You are sponsored nationally by national companies. And so I wanted to learn that game, and then by connecting you to Ann, it was a match made in heaven, I think, for the three of us because of, you know, what happened in the show that's about to begin. And if you're, you know, I mean, I guess if anybody's watching this, you're watching it for a reason. I mean, things happen for a reason. You're at the right place at the right time, whether somebody invited you here or whether you found this video by accident, or, you know, if you've watched so far already, there's probably something inside you that says, I have a message, what's possible?
And as we talk about that serendipity, and that's so true, because we both know, we discussed that you called, and on a whim, I was in between a shoot or something, and I looked down and saw your number, and I picked up the phone, which I don't normally do.
No, you don't.
You know, I'm very much a scheduler, so it was interesting how we both went, wow, it's incredible how serendipitous this is in terms of this relationship. And with having a background in traditional television, I have the privilege now of working on a national basis in television, and I'm seeing the trend, and the trend is to merge social media. It's to merge what's happening on the web and ingrain that into traditional television. So when you came to me and said, hey, I need you to think in an open-minded way, I need you to open your mind, open your heart, and just listen to what I have to say, and you started to share Anne's vision of what she was up to, what she was thinking, and we'll have Anne share that vision in her own words, but this global visibility network, the opportunity of entrepreneurs having their own show, again, very professional looking show that they would be proud to put their name on, to have that global attention. And I sat back and I looked at that and how that mirrored with my traditional television experience, and I thought, wow, the timing is perfect. So on that end, can you share with us a little bit about your vision and how this came to be?
Yes, absolutely. Well, actually, Ash kind of touched on it. One of the things that's really, really important to keep in mind is the media is interacting with you everywhere you are right now, everybody. And just because Ash and I were both on the same show, Alex Mondosian, we were both guest experts on it. I got to see who he is and what he does, and the rest you just found out how what's going on. But what happened that's really interesting is that I saw Ash, and then I saw what he was doing on social media. And once I saw that he's the real deal, he's connecting, he's walking the walk. I was like, he is a person that I want to have on my show. Now, I had already started the Turn Your Show into Cash. Now, I'm going to tell you what that is. Basically, here's what's happened. We are launching GVN TV, the Global Visibility Network. And we quickly found out during our, we were holding auditions. We quickly found out that either there are people who are, in traditional television who are the talent. I mean, these are the people, when you're producing a show, you can call and then they're the actors. So that means you produced a show. And that's not what I was doing. I wanted to teach people how to produce their own show and then put them on my network. And then we had people like the guests, experts. We had speakers, authors, coaches, consultants who actually auditioned to get on the network, but they needed some media training. Well, it quickly became evident that, if we're going to have a really powerful network, they need to know not only how to show up on camera in a powerful way, but they also need to know how to produce and market their own show. And that's a tall order to fill. I mean, we're talking about the expert next door. And so fortunately, we have actually streamlined this entire process because we've been working with the expert next door for over 8 years. As a matter of fact, we got into access to experts interview production because some of my clients at the time had better products and services than some of the better known people out there. And I looked at my husband, who had been in television for over 30 years, and we talked about it, figured, we can put on a TV show where we're featuring my clients, and we called it Access to Experts, and it took off. And we also figured out how to easily get the expert next door again to step into their celebrity self, because for the most part, the average person, the average business owner, doesn't really have the desire to be in show business. Yeah, they want visibility, but they don't have that yearning that people. Well, I'm in Hollywood. I'm in Los Angeles, and our restaurants and our bars are filled with the most amazing, great, talented people who want to be in show business. They're here for 10, 20 years, basically doing whatever they need to do to break into show business. Now, that's a desire. That's like a natural gift. Well, we had to figure out how to get the expert next door to show up in a powerful way on camera who doesn't have that natural desire. So if you know what I'm talking about, if this resonates with you, you know exactly what it is. You want to be there, but there is the fear of getting on camera. Well, this is how this whole thing got started. We put a plan together on how to easily walk them through the process and show the expert next door how to have their own web TV show. And, the rest is history. You just heard about it. That's when Ash and I got together, and I needed experts in the program, in a training program, to show people how to connect. I can show people how to produce their web TV shows, and we need people to show them how to get out there. And of course, social media is a big part of it. So that's where Ash's expertise came in, and then now it just came full circle to the beginning of the story there, Jennifer.
Excellent, excellent. Now, why don't we talk, Ash, about you being a master connector and the power of the social media and how you seeing this fit into what you're currently doing as a profession of putting people together with other connections to improve their entrepreneurial wealth. Can you share that you're going to merge those two disciplines with our show?
Jennifer, that's such an exciting question because it's actually a connection between what you said and Ann said that I'm going to answer with, and I love the visualization you drew that what we are doing is internet based. And if you're following any of the trends and looking at the localization of even national TV, you're looking at the fact that the internet is now the global frontier to get your message out. And so, Jennifer, when you said it's the socialization of TV, nowhere can you see that social media merges right on an internet platform where people can go back and forth on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Snapchat, Vines, whatever it is that you're on, right while they interact with a TV show that can go on the internet, which is everywhere. And it's not localized to, a TV a wavelength that will take them locally or nationally. And then, Ann, your vision of the Global Visibility Network is so huge because that expert next door that may be hiding, behind the curtains or in their home with a message in the shower or a message on social media, but don't want to step out of that boundary and play big because something or the other has stopped them. Well, this is the new frontier for you to get out there because the playing field has been leveled. It has totally been leveled. There was a time when you needed a lot to get a TV show done. You just couldn't do it. There was a time when you needed a lot to do a book and to become an author, speaker, coach, and a consultant. The book became your selling proposition. Well, now the book is a glorified business card, right? And so the real frontier for you to get your message out, if a picture is worth 1,000 words, a video is worth 1,000,000, 1,000 pictures. And so what does that mean to have your own TV show if you're that author, speaker, coach, consultant, or that thought leader next door? Is to get out from next door and get out to the world if you want to play there. And your vision is to bring those people out into where they can play and be everything they can be in a global medium that gets their message out. And then who knows who is going to find them? Because look at the way you found me, and then Jennifer is now with us. And what's next? Nobody knows as far as where this series is going to go with Jennifer and myself. So I love for anybody that has a message to get out to the world. Wow, is the playing field leveled? And all it takes is to know the fine details, which Ann, you have so well put into a training program. And so looking forward to that.
Yeah, thank you, Ash. Actually, you made a great point that if you were not on video, if Jennifer was not on video, if I was not on video, we would not have found each other. The only way we knew each other, we were visible, is because all three of us were willing to step up and step in front of the camera, no matter whatever the challenge was. And in just a little while, actually, we'll share with you what we found to be the 3 biggest challenges that keep people from stepping in front of the camera. And it's very interesting, thank goodness we figured out how to overcome all 3 major barriers to stepping in front of the camera and getting out there in a big way and monetizing, every video. So we'll get back to her in just a minute. But that was a great point, Ash. Seriously. Because you were willing to step up in front of the camera, because I wasn't. Of course, Jennifer, she was already in traditional TV. We connected. Now, how many people out there could be connecting with millions of people out there if only they were willing to just take that initial step and step in front of the camera? That's a great.
And if I can jump in on that, a couple of different points that both you and Ash have brought up. And number one is we all have a story to tell. I'm not any different than Anne. Anne's not any different than me. Ash isn't any different than us. It's that you, to your point, that we have stepped up. I simply started off not at, we know the story, or many of the people who follow me know the story, that I was bedridden. I was a chronic dieter becoming a fitness and lifestyle expert. Like, who would have ever thought? And when you take that story that I've shared, I've just shared it through social media, which has enabled me to grow my brand and my business. And now with the beauty of having my own web television show, we're going to be able to have a platform to reach so many more people in such a faster pace than traditional methods. And that's so exciting because, again, there are so many people watching this saying, I do have a story to share. I do want to get that out, but I don't know how to even start, or they have so much experience. That's not the case. If you look at YouTube, if you look at some of the deliveries out there right now in terms of different platforms for videos, you will see that there's a whole new wave of web celebrities who are having multi-million-dollar endorsements, and they're just normal people sharing their story in front of a very small camera. So actually, it's a great way to step into your power and into your own brand and to share your voice, because all you're doing is using your computer, a few lights, and a small camera, so you're in an environment that feels safe and comfortable. But the exciting thing is we have your power as a media trainer and producer teaching us how to make this look different than the next person. And as someone who has a background in fashion and the psychology of image, you only have so many seconds, quite frankly it's 60 seconds, to make a powerful statement. So your lighting has to be proper, your image needs to be bang on, your delivery needs to be clear and concise for you to have an impact on someone else. And your program is teaching that, and that's what I'm so excited about.
Yeah, you all say every time one of you opens your mouth, you give me another great idea that I need to share. Now, this is the perfect time to jump in here. Now, a couple of things. Number one, in many ways, web TV is more powerful than traditional TV. Now, that might sound strange, but here, listen to this. Our television networks, they are national. And web TV is global. If you've noticed, any TV network, they have a website. They have a web broadcasting platform as well. They're not just settling. NBC, CBS, all of the big ones, Fox, whatever. They all have a web TV presence. That's because you can reach the globe with it. So that's very powerful. And the other thing is, because web TV is new, a lot of people are not really polished to our own TV. Now, think about this. Right now, I can tell you that I have people approaching me looking for content because there are more broadcasting channels available right now than there is good content. There are a lot of people who get on camera and be a talking head. Well, you can be a talking head, but on the same platform, you can broadcast a TV show. So that's the difference. It's like knowing how to use it. Now, I always say, like, put a paintbrush in my hand, I will paint a wall. And then put a paintbrush in an artist's hands, they paint a masterpiece. So that's what we're talking about. So you can use the same equipment. You can buy a webcam for under $200 or under $100 as well. And you can buy some lights for another $50, $60, or $100. And, your own web TV. Now, how you present what you do, as a matter of fact, the backdrop that I'm using, this is a simple, here, we're going to do something fun here. I'm actually sitting in front of a green screen and I can click through to different scenes, and let me see now. I actually have not set up my green screen here properly, but you know what? What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go through. I can just show you the backdrops. Look, I can change backdrops with a click of a button. I can put any picture I want behind me. I can go to Paris and London and do wherever I want, but right now I want to be in a studio with a backdrop that looks like that, or it looks like that. I can go brighter. It's just a click of a button, and believe it or not, this is something that we can do. All of us can do this. It's very affordable. Services that, maybe they cost $100 a year even. You can do this. Well, the reason I'm showing you this is like, we have so much power at our fingertips. Now, here's the other part. If you think you're not really ready to get all, you're not polished, you're not perfect, guess what? This is the perfect time to do it, because neither is anybody else. If everybody's just learning now, the average expert next door is learning how to show up on camera, and the more you do it, the better you're going to be. So it's just there. And by the way, this time in broadcast television will never happen again. This is a point in time that will never happen again. This is where millions of people are getting on television who don't know how to be on television. So you're not going to stand out. But if you do know little things that you do that's going to make you look a little bit better, have simple tools that you know how to use, you're going to stand out from the crowd. Well, you know what? I have a question for you. Who is the go-to show host on traditional TV? This is for you, Jennifer and Ash. Who is the go-to show host on traditional TV?
Jennifer?
In terms of, like, who do I think of right away?
Talk show host. Who is the go-to?
So I think right away, I think of the talk show co-host of Good Morning America.
Yeah, and we have Oprah, who's known worldwide. We have Dr. Oz, who's known worldwide. Yes. There are some people we know they're the go-to talk show hosts on traditional TV. Now I have a question for you. Who is the go-to talk show host on web TV?
The beautiful thing is, Ann, there isn't one yet.
There isn't one. So, who is the go-to talk show host in health and wellness?
It's going to be the Jennifer and Ash Show.
That's right. You're going to claim the territory. There you go. Hang your shingle. You're the go-to show host for health and wellness. That's how easy it is. You can pick anything you want. You can claim any title you want, and that's really exciting for me, because you know what? I want all the premier show hosts on my network. So I want to make sure I do everything I can to get everybody looking and sounding their best. And most importantly, let's get serious. This is about turning the show into cash. It really is, because again, the expert next door doesn't have the yearning to go out there and get in show business. They will do it. They will take whatever lessons they need. They will take whatever chances they have to take to get out there to grow their business. Because bottom line, like Ashley pointed out, TV is the most powerful. Video is the most powerful. So so they want to learn. It's a learned skill. The good news is it's a learned skill. You can get comfortably in front of the camera. So, you have everything you need, and that's the exciting thing, and that's what actually I'm psyched about the Jennifer and Ash show, because the two of you, with the expertise that you're bringing together, it's my goodness, I can't wait. I can't wait to see the big following that we build, and more importantly, the impact the two of you will have on people's lives. And I'm just thrilled to be playing a small part in that, at this point in time, because I know some amazing things are going to be happening very, very quickly.
Well, we're really excited too, Ann, and I think it's a great opportunity for Ash and I to share a little bit about what the show is going to entail. But before I get to that, I also want to share with whomever is watching is I'm not tech savvy. Ask anyone and they will tell you that. I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses. However, this program has made it very easy for me to understand through your education as to how to make it easy. And I think this is very important to get delivered to our viewers, because I don't want you to be afraid that, number one, maybe you have a story and you're comfortable in getting in front of a camera and sharing it, but what might be holding you back is, I don't know how to really use my computer well, or a program or cameras that overwhelms me. You break it down where it's so simplified, and truly we can follow it. And as you mentioned, we joked before, we have bloopers, so people will see how we've learned, how we've improved, how we've come so far in our modules, and we'll be sharing more of that with you. But thank you for that as well, as making the technological side easier for someone who's non-tech savvy as myself. And with that, why don't I kick it to Ash to share a little bit about what we came up with in terms of our show and why we're so excited about it.
Thank you, Jennifer. And just to add to what you said, Jennifer, to finish that point about, if people don't know how to use a computer and if they're not technologically savvy, it is so easy, plug and play. Plug in those lights, green screen. I still haven't got that XSplit yet, but I don't need it. And plug your camera into your laptop and it follow the prompts. And there you go on the technology side. And to your point, if somebody is being stopped because they're shy and they don't want to be on camera or it takes a while to get used to it, there are so many different models. You can go for a co-host, you can go for a panel, you immerse yourself into something. There's so many things you can do to have other people take over your TV show and everybody delivers a message that is transformational or that has value to the audience. So I just want to add that there's nothing, and you've taken away every single stopgap for anybody who's got a message to get out there and have their TV show. Technologically or humanistically, there's no such thing anymore, and you've got to play in that space if you want to own it, and so that's what it's all about. And Jennifer, to your point, I'm so excited about this show that we've put together. Initially I thought we were going to have a business show, and it's all about business and wealth building, and then I thought with you coming on board, it would be like the health and wellness and fitness component. You're the pink sparkle girl. That's how you're known. That's your branding, your national sponsors. So I thought, what a great way, at least you gave me the vision of, entrepreneurs that I want to reach out to say, hey, this is how you make more money. These are the guests that are going to show you how to make more money, how to do better public relations, social media, how to get better cash flow, how to run your business. And then you come in with your health and fitness, and you totally changed my own paradigm into thinking that what is the business owner without having health and wellness, without being fit? You're operating at 50%, if not less, of your operational capacity. Forget about making money. You're making 50% of the money no matter what training you take if you're not healthy, well, and fit. And Jennifer, that's where you came in. And then on the reverse side of it, it was exciting because a lot of health and wellness and fitness professionals don't know how to run their practice. They're very good at what they do. They're the best yoga, the best masseuse, the best fitness instructors, the best gym owners, but sometimes it's very hard they don't know the money side of the game. And so what an incredible training we bought together, which is the wealth and money and financial with the fitness and the health and the wellness. But that third component that, Anne, you brought to the fold, that blew me away when we talked about the three things that really, are on the minds of everybody as we go to sleep at night. What keeps us up at night? It's the money, it's the health, and the third part is the relationship. And that blew me away, Anne, when you brought it up as the perfect triangle, because it's all about the relationships that we have, whether it's with our spouses, our partners, our friendships with our friends and associates in business and in our careers, with our sons, daughters, family. But it's also, what about the relationship, if you really want to get into it, between money and wealth and fitness and health? And so it's just huge how deep the rabbit hole is when you take the triangular health, wellness, financial, and wealth, and the relationship aspect of it. And I'd love for, Jennifer, you and then Anne, maybe to cover it off a little bit more, because that triangle is just so exciting with how we can contribute to everybody. And really, my goal behind this is to transform the lives of the people that we touch with the messages that we bring in all three components.
And you're right, Ash, we will be able to transform lives because we'll be global again. It's going to be instant, where we're going to be able to have the benefit of our show at anyone's fingertips, which is so exciting. And if we think about that triad of health, wealth, and relationships, and as Anne mentored us, really the relationship aspect, to me, in my opinion, is the foundation, because that's the core. And when you work from the place of truly building proper relationships, when you understand how fragile that is and how to be respectful for that in terms of your business, you're going to see dollars, you're going to see advancement, because you're coming from the right place. And often we see entrepreneurs make the mistake of getting so excited about their new brand, their new business, their new book, their new product, and they lead with that without building the relationship first. And we're going to be showing them how to do it the right way of taking that relationship and making it the foundation to advance your wealth. And then when it comes to our health, we've discussed this as well when we were going back and forth and brainstorming about the show in terms of, well, you know what? If you eat well, you're going to perform better. You're going to be mentally clearer. If you drink your water, you're not going to have brain fog. Simple techniques to make that entrepreneur be on top of his or her game so that she can turn her focus, her goals into successes. So we're going to be sharing that as well. And the exciting thing is we're going to have experts from all over globally who walk this walk and talk this talk. People that perhaps our audience wouldn't be able to get in front of. And we're going to be bringing them through this new innovation called web television, which I'm so excited about. And Ann, I'm going to throw it over to you to add your comments.
Oh, my comments. Well, you know already I was so excited when the two of you got together. And as we know now, you are going to be impacting everybody's lives. And how is that? Well, every problem we have, every challenge we have falls under one of these categories: health, money, or relationship. So each one of impacts the other. So for example, if we don't have enough money, we end up arguing with our spouse. So that affects our relationship. We don't have enough money, we're stressed out. So stress impacts our health. So that's one. Now let's look at it from the other angle. If we're not healthy, we can't really go to work, and we can't really make the amount of money that we would be making, like we already pointed out. And also if we're not healthy, we're not showing up properly for our relationships. We're missing out on showing up for events or spending time with our loved ones. So that impacts our relationship. And then we turn it the other way. If we have a poor relationship, let's say with our spouse, that impacts how we show up for work, and that impacts our finances, and that impacts how we show up. That impacts our health, because if we're unhappy, that impacts every aspect of our physical being. So no matter what you do, those three are going together. That's why when I saw what the two of you were bringing together, between the two of you, the health, relationship, and the business aspect is there. And oh boy, am I excited. Like I said before, I'm thrilled to be playing a tiny part in this, because when we go on the air, Jennifer and Ash show is going to skyrocket, and you're going to be helping a lot of people. And you're going to be my shining stars. So we're going to be encouraging a lot of people to step up. And this might be like a really good time to talk about the three barriers or fears that people have when it comes to stepping into their celebrity self and launching their web TV show. So what do you think?
Go ahead.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the very first one is, it's the mindset. They're worried about how they're going to look and sound on camera. Well, we got that covered. There's simple things that will help you overcome. Simple things. We got that. And the next thing is that people are worried about the price of producing a TV show. Well, we actually covered that as well in everything that we're doing, because, like, talked about it a little bit, just about a few minutes ago. There are very inexpensive ways to get started. So there's no excuse for you not to get started. Of course, you can spend thousands of dollars on production. Yes, you can go get a production crew. Yes, you can do all of that. But you can start with very little money. And third, people are, they're worried that they don't know how to get themselves out there, how to market themselves, what to do with video. Well, guess what? When you have video and you're using Google Hangouts, or you're getting yourself out there in any way, video automatically puts you at the top of the list. People will see you more. You're going to be reaching more people. And there are all kinds of channels that are available. Like, I said before, I have people approaching me right now who have distributions to millions of people. and they're looking for great content. So bottom line is, if you're willing to step up, if you're willing to just follow some simple instructions like Jennifer and Asha, are doing, you can have your own show, and you don't have to go big really fast. You can do private hangouts, or you can do some private videos, and you don't even have to show it to anybody if you don't want to. Start somewhere, learn how to get comfortable, and then of course, once you get out there, once you really launch, millions of people throughout the globe are going to be seeing you. So, and we have figured out how to do all this, and like we've been teaching for over 8 years how to do exactly this, and we turn it into a well-oiled machine. So put all your fears aside, follow the Jennifer and Ash lead, and just get yourself out there and have some fun with it, and make some money at the same time, and transform some lives while you're at it. I don't know. Sounds like a pretty good deal to me.
It's an amazing deal, and if I can jump in on that, two things really resonated. Was number one, the content, your modules, your education is so detailed oriented, and again, someone who is privileged to work in the media industry